Okay, Mama, so what's your name?
Amanda.
I'm with Amanda at the 38th BP, and the owner, for whatever reason, has failed to do his job. Miss Amanda was assaulted by not only an ex-co-worker, but 3 to 4 other men and women that decided to throw alcohol bottles at her face and other things around the corner and just being very disrespectful. She's asked the boss to take the proper steps in doing what they need to do for her, and they've failed to do so. She's contacted attorneys and all of that, but I'm just letting it be known that 38th BP is clearly managed by somebody very, very disrespectful.
So this is a truly sad case. It's a very fast-moving case out of Canton, Ohio. Canton, Ohio is about an hour's drive south of Cleveland. And I didn't even know this was going on. I saw there was this missing girl, 24 years old, Raychel Sheridan. So a missing woman from Stark County. And so I started following the case. I'm going to let you listen to her 911 call. Now, what you just watched was a video of Raychel Sheridan. You can tell she has a heart for people, or rather had a heart for people. Unfortunately, the 24-year-old woman was found dead in a dumpster, and her boyfriend has been captured. Her live-in boyfriend, Sean Joseph Goe, G-O-E. But that was Raychel telling the plight of a woman who had allegedly been assaulted in a different case. But you could tell Raychel had a heart for domestic violence victims, or victims of all kind, because Raychel herself apparently was a domestic violence victim, apparently at the hands of Sean Goe. So Sean Goe is now being held in Stark County Jail. He was wanted. There was a lot. Cops were still looking for him. He had run from cops yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday, July 2nd. I'm going to let you listen to the call where Rachel's mom and her boyfriend apparently go to Rachel's apartment, and her mom, Lisa, is just looking for her because she hasn't seen Raychel, I guess, in a few days. Apparently, maybe according to social media, there was some party. Maybe Raychel and Sean attended Saturday. I'm not exactly sure when Raychel was last seen alive. We know she didn't show up for her fast food job on Monday, so no wonder by Tuesday her mom was calling the cops and saying, look, I don't know where my daughter is. She was at her apartment there in Canton. Her boyfriend was yelling because apparently her boyfriend saw an iPad or heard an iPad, computer or something, and then as you can hear him, you'll hear it coming up. He said the computer shut off. I'm not sure if that's when Sean perhaps sneaked away, left the apartment. You'll see in this presser coming up, Sheriff Meyer said that deputies responded to that Orchard Dale Drive apartment in Plain Township because back then, as of yesterday, Raychel was still missing. Now, when cops showed up, they found Rachel's maroon Jeep Liberty, registered to Raychel, believed to be registered to her, but it was traveling in Plain Township, and so they stopped it. Guess who was driving her Jeep Liberty? 26-year-old Sean Goe, like her on-again, off-again boyfriend. I guess they've gone out for like 2 years now. Now the scuttlebutt, as you'll hear in the presser, as I've seen online, Raychel may have been pregnant. The sheriff, of course, as you'll hear coming up, he could not confirm that because there hasn't been, I don't believe, a medical examiner's report yet or autopsy or anything. Unfortunately, they found Raychel this morning not alive, Wednesday, July 3rd, in a dumpster. Canton area sanitation workers found her inside a dumpster early Wednesday morning, and the couple had been together 2 years. Now, Sean had his problems with domestic violence with Raychel. I wish she could have stayed with her mom. Boy, this case, it makes me want to cry even though I don't know her. You should see the tributes for her pouring in online. Obviously, she had a heart for people. She had a heart for hurting people. The way she put that video up about the woman who had been assaulted, Raychel knew what it was like. According to cops, Raychel lost her life in that apartment she shared with Sean. Now, when they stopped that Jeep Liberty yesterday, Sean was driving it. Apparently, he gave chase. They were trying to capture him. He ended up in the woods somewhere. Thank the Lord they captured Sean. He was in some homeless shelter or something like that. They captured him. He's in Stark County Jail. I don't know if he's talking. The sheriff didn't say. And of course, I tried to get that body cam footage. I've been calling. The cops spoke with some great people today. They're the ones who sent me the 911 call of Rachel's mom you're about to hear. Heartbreaking. She's so worried, you can tell. And so they couldn't send me the body cam yet. They gave me the phone call. They said all other requested records. I want to get Sean's booking photo and everything too. The dash cam video of him running, the body cam video and everything. All of those are currently withheld as exempt from Ohio public records laws as they are confidential, but they told me to monitor the Stark County Sheriff's Facebook page. An updated press release will be posted shortly, so I'm going to look for that too. So they do have his booking photo out there. Suspect captured in connection with Plain Township homicide. So it's an ongoing homicide investigation. They talk about the call you're about to hear, called to that apartment in reference to the missing woman, Raychel. While at the scene, they observed the Jeep Liberty, and that's when Sean was driving it. That's when Sean fled. And it was approximately 9:24 a.m. today, Wednesday, July 3rd. A body believed to be that of Raychel Sheridan was discovered by Canton sanitation workers in a park in a southwest area of the city of Canton. So Sean is currently being held at the Stark County Jail on $1 million bond. This says that Raychel was discovered by Canton sanitation workers, leads you to believe she was found in a dumpster the way other reports are claiming, but they don't specifically say a dumpster in their press release, but it does say sanitation workers found her in some park in the southwest area of the city of Canton. So there's a lot of moving parts to this case. I'm going to let you listen to the horrible 911 call and then the presser. We'll keep going. We'll see what else they release at this point, but just how horrible. I'm glad they caught him. They talked about in the presser coming up how Rachel's mother was aware of problems, and that's why I'm sure her mother helped her, because Raychel at some point, I guess, would move away from him and stay with her mom. I'm not sure beyond these 2 years they were dating, how long they knew each other. There are plenty of photos on Facebook of the two of them and everything. And it's interesting, her mom's so worried in this 911 call that she's asking, I haven't seen my daughter in a few days. And the dispatcher is asking, what's her name? And she's typing in her name. And her mom's just like beside herself, like, oh no, is she there? Like, is she in jail? Her mother's just beside herself with worry. It's so sad that Raychel could not get away from him. It's so sad that this guy was on the run before for the outstanding warrants. Cops tried to arrest him, but apparently he knows how to run. This guy knows how to get away from cops. And so he was on the run on the outstanding warrant. He didn't even pay for what he had done to Raychel previously in those domestic violence cases. But you'll see in the presser, the sheriff talks about how to contact them if you need help, how to get help at shelters, and all the resources to reach out for. Unfortunately, the Sean Go guy just didn't turn himself in when he should have. He was supposed to appear in court, apparently, on these other outstanding warrants, and there's other charges he had, but he was a slippery sucker and got away. But thank God he's on that $1 million bond now, so he probably won't be going anywhere soon. But unfortunately, Raychel paid with her life. Another sad domestic violence case, and if she actually was pregnant, I'm sure we will learn that when we learn the results from the medical examiner. Before you listen to everything, let's close with Ephesians 4:15. Rather, let our lives lovingly express truth in all things, speaking truly, dealing truly, living truly. Enfolded in love, let us grow up in every way and in all things into Him who is the head, even Christ, the Messiah, the Anointed One. Here's another lesson of how dangerous it can be in domestic violence situations, whether you're male or female, and especially for women. If Raychel truly was pregnant, it can be an even more dangerous time. It's sad. The tributes are flowing in. People are really affected by this. They're saying what a sweet and helpful person she was and kind, and some people are posting like old throwback photos of when they were friends with her. Very, very sad case. So unnecessary. So sad. Just getting her life started. 24 years old. Well, I'll be keeping up with this case to watch Raychel get her justice, and I don't know when they'll be able to release more information, body cam videos and the like, but stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Jim, this is Pat.
Hi. I was wondering if I could speak with a police officer.
Okay, in reference to what, ma'am?
My daughter. I haven't spoke with her for 3 days, and then I find out that she called. She was a no-call, no-show at her job. and her car is gone, and we're at her apartment right now looking for her.
What's the address?
40, wait a minute. Shit, this thing. 4107 Orchard Dale. The police have been out here more than once, but all of a sudden now she's nowhere to be found. She's not answering my texts.
Okay, what apartment does she live in?
I'm not sure. I know it's downstairs to the left.
And you say her car is not there?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not here.
Okay.
She has not been answering me on my text, which
okay.
she usually does. And then for some reason I called her job.
What's her
name? Raychel, Raychel Sheridan, Sheridan. Is she there? Is she in jail?
I don't know, ma'am. I'm looking for you now. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Thank you so much. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What's the matter? Do you see something?
No, my fiance. I know how he feels about all of this because her boyfriend has got warrants out for him.
Okay.
And, yeah, this is not a good thing. But I just heard him yelling about something.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is he talking to someone?
I can hear him yelling.
Right. Is he standing next to you, or is he standing around the corner?
No,
you can't see him?
He's in the apartment.
Oh,
honey.
Okay.
He got in there somehow or another.
Okay.
And I just...
Okay, I'm going to have an officer come over. I just want to know what was going on. Is
okay,
he yelling at someone, or is he just...
There's somebody in this apartment that is wanted.
Okay.
He's got warrants.
Okay.
But I know my fiance, and he don't like this dude, and
okay.
This is not going to be good.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I didn't know it was anyone in the apartment, ma'am. What's your name?
Oh my God, my name is Lisa Sheridan. Yes.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Unit 99.
Oh, please.
I'm trying to get him there for you, ma'am. 1 moment.
Thank you.
Copy next.
Because I don't know. Yeah, I just heard him yelling, and that's all I need to hear.
Okay.
So somebody's in.
Township, 4107 Orchardale Drive Northwest. 4107 Orchardale Drive Northwest. I have the mother of the person who's renting the apartment there on the phone. She was going there for a well-being check on her daughter. Seems like as if her boyfriend has made contact with somebody at the residence. He's arguing with them now. It's unknown who he's talking to.
Oh, Lord.
99? 72? Well, 34. Okay. Ma'am?
Yes.
What is the boyfriend's name? Do you know?
Sean Go. SEANGOE.
Okay.
What? What'd you do? You didn't break that, did you? No, I'm banging on the door. There's somebody in there.
Okay,
well,
so he's not. So he didn't make contact with anyone. Is that right?
No, he hasn't. He was banging on the door. He was banging on the door, And he said, it's like nobody's in there. And oh, God.
I said it sounded like somebody was in there.
Oh, it sounded like, so he didn't talk to anybody. He said it just sounded like somebody. So who was he yelling at?
Probably trying to get somebody to answer the damn door.
Okay. Do you hear anything at this time? Like somebody's inside?
No, all I heard was my fiance screaming. He was banging on the door, trying to see if somebody was going to come to the door. All I heard was him yelling.
Okay.
That's all I heard. Yeah.
Okay. No
He
problem.
had an iPad on.
Hold on.
All of a sudden, the iPad shut off.
Do what?
They had a computer or something going on in there, and then they quit as soon as I started knocking.
Okay.
All right,
I want you both to come out of the hallway, out of the area of the apartment. I want you to wait for us in the parking lot by your vehicle. What kind of car are you in, ma'am?
I've got a Buick LaCrosse.
What color is the Buick? What color?
It's red.
Okay. I want you both to come out of there. I want you both to come out of there and come on the property, come to the parking lot and stand by your Buick, okay?
Yep. Not a problem.
All right. I have the officers on the way, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody ready? My name's George Meyer. I'm the Stark County Sheriff, and we wanted to do a media update on what started out as a missing person case yesterday afternoon. Let me first say that if there's something that you ask me, we'll take some questions at the end. If there's something that you ask me that I can't answer, it's not because I don't want to answer, it's because I either don't know at my level yet, or it's something that I can't release as related to the investigation, okay? We'll get started on Tuesday, July 2nd at approximately 12:30 in the afternoon. The Stark County Sheriff's Office received a call in which Raychel Sheridan was reported missing by her mother, Lisa. Deputies responded to the residence at the 4100 block of Orchardale Drive Northwest in Plain Township for a welfare check and found the apartment to be empty with the door open. Deputy discovered areas of apparently of the apartment to be suspicious and proceeded to obtain a search warrant of the residence in connection with the disappearance of Raychel Sheridan. While waiting on that search warrant to be executed, deputies observed a vehicle in the area of 38th Street and Guilford Northwest that they believed belonged to our missing person. Deputies immediately initiated a traffic stop and determined the driver to be the live-in boyfriend of Raychel Sheridan, Sean Go. Sean has active warrants for burglary, grand theft of a firearm, and misdemeanor charges of domestic violence, which involved our victim. Sean Go fled on foot after exiting the vehicle and was pursued by deputies. A canine was also deployed to the scene in an effort to locate Go, but deputies were unable to locate him, which was in a dense wooded area. For some updates, extensive search efforts were deployed throughout the night with the assistance of the Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force, the Ohio State Highway Patrol Aviation, and the Ohio State Highway Patrol CERT team members. In the early morning hours, Sean Go was arrested by Canton Police at a local homeless center in Canton and is currently incarcerated at the Stark County Jail. He's being held at the jail on the warrant charges which I mentioned previously, and he is awaiting arraignment and bond on those charges. As a result of the search warrant that was executed at the apartment, Raychel Sheridan and Sean Go, evidence of foul play was discovered. Detectives determined that Sheridan was murdered inside the apartment. At approximately 9:24 a.m. today's date, Canton sanitation workers located a body believed to be that of Raychel Sheridan in the southwest area of Canton. The investigation remains ongoing, and at this time, really have not much further information related to the case, but I'll be happy to answer any questions for you that you may have.
Sheriff, there were a lot of things on social media stating that Raychel was pregnant. Was she pregnant?
That I don't know. I've seen those. In fairness to your question, we've seen those. That's something the investigation will have to determine. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned that the responding deputy originally to the apartment said that there was stuff inside the apartment that seemed suspicious, granting that warrant. Can you elaborate on what that was?
I don't really know. I haven't talked to that deputy, but apparently there was something that looked amiss to them. Most of our deputies have had experience in training, and when they went in the apartment, they felt that something wasn't quite right. When they determined that nobody was at the apartment, they then determined to get a search warrant so they could investigate further. The further investigation, as I said, revealed that we believe there was a homicide that occurred in that apartment.
Sheriff, I know that domestic violence, previous domestic violence, and other charges. Other than those, do you know, have you had any previous calls to that residence? Anything?
I believe there were previous calls both from him and her, and there appears to be some cycle of domestic violence there. There was an active warrant for him for domestic violence. I think that occurred sometime in May. Apparently he did not show up for court on that, and so there was an active warrant on that case. And that did involve our victim.
Sheriff, do you know specifically where she was found? We've heard rumors that it was at Mother Goose Land in Canton.
Yeah, I think it was in that area. I don't know specifically. I was not there, and I did not respond, so I think it was in that area.
Has the coroner given you any indication as to cause of death?
Not yet. I mean, it's pretty early. That we just discovered, the victim's body, and really just kind of made a preliminary identification within the last hour and a half. So no, we don't have that yet.
Will Stark County be handling?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. This occurred in Plain Township. We're pretty confident that the crime occurred in Plain Township. So yes, we will be handling.
Sheriff, you said there's a history of domestic violence between the two of them already. Do you know how long they've been together?
I really don't. I was told by her mother about 2 years.
There was a lot of interest for this young woman, and a lot of folks, looking for her and upset or touched by the story. A message for the community, for her family today.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Do you have a message for?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, we want to thank our community for reaching out, both on social media. We've received a number of calls, people asking to help. And quite frankly, in the early morning hours, we were preparing for search parties to search certain areas. We had targeted areas that we wanted to search, whether it be fortunate or unfortunate. We had the sanitation engineers call us and say they discovered a body in that southwest area. So, but we thank the community for their interest. Our heart goes out to the community, the family, for this loss, another tragic death that certainly is unfortunate to our community, and what we like to think is somewhat preventable. Domestic violence is a horrible cycle, and folks that are caught in that cycle need to know that there is help out there. We have teams here that can help folks. The courts have teams that can help folks. Our domestic violence shelters can help folks. And so my message to the community is, if you yourself find yourself in a domestic violence situation, reach out to us or somebody in the community for help.
Sheriff, Sheridan's mom made the 911 call, or made the initial call for assistance. Do you know if that call was made from Sheridan's residence there in Plain Township?
I don't know that. She did arrive at the apartment when we arrived to check for the welfare of Jacqueline initially, but I don't know that she called from there. Okay, and it was not, just to be clear, it was not a 911 call. It was just a general call of, hey, I haven't heard from my daughter in a couple days. Her communication with me on, we communicate via text, and her communication fell off, and it's my understanding that she was aware that she was no call, no show for her employment, and that was unusual. The mother said that was unusual for her.
So I know you're still investigating, but this her death could have happened several days ago.
Well, again, that's part of the investigation, and I don't know that, but that's certainly a possibility.
Sheriff, once Doe had fled from the deputies, at that point, did you guys already start suspecting the worst?
We did not. We had not executed the search warrant on the apartment. We did not really anticipate that he had been involved in, the crime that he had been. We knew that there had been some domestic violence in the home. We weren't sure what was going on at that time. But understand, he was already wanted by authorities for previous warrants. So to us, while it was unusual that he fled, it's not extremely unusual that you flee if you got a couple felony charges hanging over your head.
Sheriff, has Sean said anything about what happened to his girlfriend?
I'm sorry, could you
Has Sean made any comments to investigators about what happened?
He has not.
Sheriff, can you elaborate a little bit more on how you were able to locate Sean? Was there a tip sent in or something, or how you were able to find him?
I'm not real clear on how that happened. He either showed up at a shelter in Canton or they seen him. Again, back to the point of our community's fantastic. There was a lot of social media buzz going on as related to this case. And I think somebody seen him from being on social media and reported it to Canton Police, but I'm not sure on that. That was something that, Canton picked him up this morning. So,
Sheriff, do you know where Rachel worked?
all I know is it's a fast food restaurant in the area.
Did she live by herself in this apartment, or
She lived with him in the apartment.
just those two?
Just those two, yes.
Was her mom aware of the domestic issues with their relationship?
That I believe they were aware that she had some troubles because in conversation with the family, she had moved out for a period of time when there was some trouble and lived with the mother. So I'm thinking they did know that there might have been some problems, but I don't know that they knew to the level of what it was. I'm not sure that they were completely clear on that. Well, thank you all for coming in and with your interest in this story, and a special thanks to our community for their diligence throughout the night and giving us tips and helping us with this case. Appreciate y'all. Do you have another question? Okay.
There you hear from Sheriff George Meyer providing an update on the disappearance of Raychel Sheridan. She was found dead early Wednesday morning in a dumpster by Canton sanitation workers, and her live-in boyfriend, 26-year-old Sean Go, was later arrested at a homeless shelter. We're going to go ahead and take a break, but we'll be right back after this on 1480 WHBC to share. You joined in a little bit late. Exactly.